Pan-African centralized crypto exchange Mara recently raising $23 million in a funding round led by Coinbase, Alameda Research, and others. CEO Chi Nandi saying Africa has incredible potential with expansion plans in Nigeria, Kenya, and other parts of East Africa and Francophone countries. Joining us now to discuss is Mara CEO Chi Nandi. Hello, Chi, thanks for joining us. All right, so you've just had this $23 million raise. What are you going to be spending on first?
Well, I mean, we're really excited for our launch in July of this year. Just in a few months, we'll be launching a retail brokerage app that allows the crypto curious to be introduced to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And actually, next week, we'll be launching a pre-launch app that will allow folks to sign up and sign up to be part of the Maraverse, the Mara tribe, in the few months leading up into the launch of the retail app.
Very cool. You know, according to the World Economic Forum, crypto adoption has grown by over $100 billion in Africa as of June 2021. I wonder how big is it now and what is the potential?
I mean, cryptocurrency has the ability to be transformative for Africa. But right now, the barriers of entry are extremely high, and Mara is here to present that solution. We have an opportunity here on the continent to leapfrog from paper ownership to digital ownership. This is the kind of foundational change that we need here in Africa to build for this next entire century.
All right. Well, crypto is available to everyone around the globe with an internet connection. So I wonder, how can Africans be empowered by this potential, as well as I think you mentioned to us Web3 products, but also there are considerable barriers to entry in terms of needing an internet connection. So how do you address that?
Well, I mean, that's absolutely the case. You're going to need internet to access the crypto economy, but cryptocurrency and blockchain has the ability to really close gaps here in sub-Saharan Africa. And what we're doing is in working with governments, working with regulators, really helping them to understand that what is the necessary infrastructure that needs to be put into place in order to embrace the crypto economy. And so you take countries like Central African Republic, where internet penetration is quite low right now. We're there to advise them on the importance of widespread internet adoption, but also the importance of widespread IDs, which is quite important because there's already really strong grassroots adoption of crypto all across the continent. It's already happening. We know this, but we haven't had a legalized, centralized exchange that protects consumers, that allows them to bring all the transactions into the light, to really bring KYC, AML standards that are global to the African continent.
You mentioned the Central African Republic, and they recently made Bitcoin legal tender there. And I understand Mara plans to offer some guidance. So what are your thoughts on that one? What kind of guidance are you offering?
Well, it's interesting. Central African Republic is quite similar to, in ways, to the Niger Delta, which is where I really started my journey in crypto in Africa, where you're dealing with low internet penetration and low IDs and such, and realizing that there are lots of places all over the continent like that have these barriers of entry into the crypto economy. So we're advising them. We're speaking to other governments and just really stressing the importance of these elements before you can even enter the crypto economy, but then also speaking to them about use cases of blockchain technology. Because as I said before, we have an opportunity to leapfrog from paper to digital ownership, and it's going to be a 24, 25-year-old Kenyan, Nigerian kid that builds that dApp that brings digital ownership to the rest of his cohort in this very young population we have on the continent.
You know, some of the critics of that Bitcoin as legal tender law in Central African Republic said that, not enough folks were basically consulted on this. The regional central bank wasn't sufficiently consulted on this. And you mentioned that, you would like to expand and be the centralized source, a trusted exchange in Africa. But given, there are just so many states, so many different countries, regional differences, I wonder how you see that coming together.
Yeah, we actually are in the middle of a big offsite meeting here for the company here in Kenya. We brought the entire company together, and we've got folks from Morocco, from Uganda, from Kenya, from Nigeria, and really bringing together all these cultures. We're really one of the first truly Pan-African crypto companies or Pan-African tech companies. And that's from the beginning. And that speaks to how our culture within the company and interacting with the different governments. I like to say that there's actually a 24-year-old in Nairobi actually has much more in common with a 24-year-old in Nigeria. And that's just the nature of this young burgeoning population that we have on the continent that is digitally native and very soon to be crypto native.
So you think that there can be some sort of pan regulation or pan?
Absolutely.
Okay, interesting.
I believe that there's a very strong Pan-African.
Because in Nigeria, it's a whole different issue. I mean, they want to limit cryptocurrencies compared to Central African Republic.
Right. Just like in every country in the world, they're going to have different approaches to looking at crypto regulation. We are just there to help guide the regulators. I'm a big believer in doing things that only you can do. And the reason why I came back to the continent is that I realized that, many of my young cousins are 24, 25 years old, and many of the leaders of the countries are in their 60s. And when you're kind of sitting in between those age groups, you can sit there with the president of Central African Republic, you can sit there with a governor in Nigeria or a regulator in Kenya and understand that person's pain points, understand how much the world has changed in the last 20 years. And so I find that actually quite interesting, along with the same Pan-African energy that's happening amongst the youth, where in most countries, 70% of the population is under the age of 30. And that's what's really interesting, that you can go to Nairobi, you can go to Lagos, you can go to Kampala, and you're listening to the same music in all those different places. And so we're really capturing that Pan-African crypto energy. And that's why we're launching as a Pan-African company and launching in Kenya and Nigeria, East and West, at the exact same time.